Ball Super, Trunks fights Black, barely escapes with his life, makes it to the present. Kid Trunks finds him, alerts Bulma. Bulma alerts Goku and Vegeta. Trunks wakes up after being fed a Senzu bean, sees Goku, starts having fucking non-flashbacks, just takes a swing at him, and the entire time this is going on, Kid Trunks is just wondering what the fuck is going on and why won't anyone explain jack shit to me. So yeah, that is pretty much the encapsulation of this episode, and whew, there's a lot to unpack here as far as like all the things I have to say. First off, I wanted to bring up Nozawa as Black. I was really kind of worried that Nozawa was going to play Black because I don't like Nozawa as Bardock. I didn't like Nozawa as Tullus. So to realize that, like, oh no, she's probably going to play Black and she doesn't do villains well. She's awesome as Black. She is really goddamn good as Black. And I don't know if it's maybe because she's older and it fits her vocal range more, but man, just she has this great sinister tone to her voice. Like, she sounds like a good villain. And like, I'm totally shocked by it. I was really pleased by it, and I'm really looking forward to hearing more of her performance as this character, because it's just a really interesting direction for her to go, like in terms of her voice acting, and it's like kind of like a side of her and vocally that I haven't heard before. So yeah, totally down for Nozawa as Black. Really looking forward to seeing more of this character and Nozawa voicing this character. Next up, I wanted to bring up. So I guess Mai is dead. Holy shit! Future Mai is dead. They pretty much confirmed that, unless that they're gonna pull some bullshit. It's like, no, she totally survived that, I guess. But no, it's really weird that she's dead because, you know, she was in all the promotional material. She was in the intro. You know. So I'm just kind of wondering, like, why they would have done that if they were just going to kill her off. Maybe they're going to do some shit and bring her back. Maybe she'll get wished back. Maybe they'll do something else. There's a lot of different things they could do to bring these characters back. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see there. It'd be really weird if Future Mai just stays dead because, you know, like a lot of people, you know, because a lot of people were complaining like the Bulma and Mai's death were rushed. I don't agree with the Bulma part at all, but Mai, yeah, because we don't know anything about this character or this iteration of this character whatsoever. We have zero attachment, and clearly she meant a lot to Future Trunks, so it's really weird that they would just kill her off. It kind of feels like cheap and manipulative, like, you know, they're trying to wring extra emotion out if she actually is permadead. So yeah, I'm expecting her to come back in some fashion. You know, I don't think she's gonna stay dead, because if she does, that'd just be really, really weird to just put her in all this promotional material and then she's just permadead. That would just be weird. So yeah, okay. So the Trunks and Black fight. Trunks goes Super Saiyan, and let me say, like one I thought was really cool, and like a lot of people were trying to, like, because I was complaining about, like, why didn't he go Super Saiyan? Why didn't he go Super Saiyan? Why didn't he go Super Saiyan? And there's like 1,000,001 friggin' apologists coming out going, oh man, like, well, maybe he was too weak. Maybe it was just pointless for him to even use it. Maybe, you know, he doesn't have that ability anymore. Well, you're all wrong, because, you know, he still went Super Saiyan against Black. He still took a few shots at him, proving the point that, like, you know, it would have been, it's better than not using it at all. Yeah, so, like, this is, like, that's not a detriment to this episode. It's more of a detriment to the last episode that he waited until this episode to do it. And I feel like that was probably more of, like, a narrative thing. Like, you know, like, they wanted to say that for this episode, so this episode has something cool to remember, as opposed, you know, if they had just blown it in the last episode, it'd be less, I guess, memorable this one. Either way, though, it's kind of a shitty story writing reason to have him hold that transformation if they were really just holding it off to doing it in a different episode, so to make that episode a bit more powerful. Also, Super Saiyan Trunks, his hair, like, he actually has like his classic Super Saiyan hairstyle. I don't know how many people really notice this, but after he grows his hair out and then he cuts it again, his hair doesn't spike up the same way anymore. It kind of just like spikes up in like sharp tufts, and it looks completely different from when he first shows up, where you can still kind of clearly tell he has like the bowl cut and his hair kind of curves down and spikes up at the end. I always thought that was a really cool Super Saiyan hairstyle. It was something really unique to him, and I thought it was really cool that like when they show him in Super Saiyan in this, he has that hairstyle again. Like that was just a nice like that's really just more personally for me. I like that. Something else I thought was interesting is Black, I guess, isn't a Saiyan. Like, you know, he's not actually Goku. He's not a Saiyan. You know, and the reason I say he's not a Saiyan is because he makes a lot of references. Like, yeah, he refers to Trunks as a Saiyan. He talks about how Saiyans are so funny. He says, you know, like, you know, this is the end of the proud warrior race. It's like everything implying Black isn't a Saiyan. So now this makes me more interested in Black as a character because I'm like, okay, so he's clearly not just an evil Goku. He is clearly not even a Saiyan. Who or what the fuck is this guy? So that's got me really, really intrigued. So yeah, I really want to learn more about that and this character. They're really building up the intrigue really well with him. I'm looking forward to seeing how this whole thing develops. Hopefully it's not stupid. Really hoping it's not stupid, but, you know, it could go either way. Trunks' blue hair. This is actually directly referenced in the episode. Like when Bulma in a little like hover Segway gets up to this time machine, she asks Trunks, "Is there a young man with blue hair inside?" And I'm like, I guess we're just pretending that future Trunks has always had blue hair now, which is really weird because we showed like the flashback, like the Kai footage, and he had purple hair. So it was really weird that she directly states like, you know, is like as if she remembers him having blue hair. Like, I don't have a problem with the blue hair. I'm pretty sure I said that last time. I know a lot of other people are like, why does he have blue hair? What does this mean? Like, and people are sitting there, like, trying to explain it, like, oh, like, maybe he dyed his hair, you know, because of this reason, or maybe he's, you know, or maybe his hair, like, it has something to do with the SSGSS, and, like, everyone's coming up with all these elaborate reasons, and then I gave the most logical reason, which is, they're probably just going to pretend his hair was blue the entire time. And who was right? Me. Boom. So yeah, mic drop. So yeah, I totally called that. I didn't think that, because I figured that they're just going to pretend like, oh, like his hair's always been blue. They were never going to acknowledge his blue hair at all as being different. I didn't think they were actually going to call direct attention to the fact that, no, yeah, totally, Trunks has always had blue hair. Like, which is really weird because we have purple hair Trunks standing right fucking there. So yeah, I'm really surprised that they made a direct statement there. That's probably going to piss a lot of people off. I honestly don't care. Something else that seems to be pissing people off, or at least getting under their skin, is the tonal inconsistency of these episodes. How it keeps juxtaposing these really dark, grim future sequences and these really dark, you know, tense moments with these more lighthearted moments. And I have no problem with this. I'm going to say that right now. Like, I understand why narratively that's being done. It's to show the stark contrast between the two timelines. So yeah, like you have, you know, in Trunks' timeline, things are horrible, utter shit, and then you jump to the present timeline, and things are chill and normal and just everyday slice of life shenanigans for these characters. And even in this episode, you have, you know, the future timeline stuff, and then you have, like, the Pilaf gang hanging out with Trunks, silly shenanigans there. You know, everyone's, like, really freaking out about Trunks being hurt. So when Goku goes to Karin's tower, he, the Karin and Yajirobe are playing limbo for some damn reason. But, I mean, you know, and yeah, it's a completely harsh tonal shift, but it's just, yeah, to the rest of these characters, to the rest of these people, everything's completely chill and relaxed. They have no context or information to go off of that, like, oh, things are serious now. And, yeah, so, like, I have no problem with that. I think, you know, I feel like if they maintain a consistent tone throughout, like, these two episodes of just this really bleak atmosphere, like, I don't think it would really get across the point of just how different these two timelines are. And just, you know, yeah, like, I mean, like, if Karin and Yajirobe were in a really serious state of mind, like, why would they be? Like, no, like, they're just kind of fucking around having a good time. So, yeah, I'm totally down with how they're presenting that. I don't have a problem with the, quote, tonal inconsistencies. It seems like a very deliberate narrative choice of the series. And, yeah, not bothered by it whatsoever. Yeah, on to some things I really really like about this episode. First off, let me state, because I don't think I've stated it so far, I'm digging this. I'm digging this really hard. I actually like this more than the last episode. The last episode, there was like a lot of like little minor gripes here and there. Here, I do have some gripes, but it's really nothing. It's really nothing that is like the fault of this episode, but more of things that have previously happened in Super. So first thing I really liked was the fight between Trunks and Black. I thought it was a really well set up fight, well choreographed. I felt a lot of intensity. It felt like a very desperate struggle on Trunks' behalf. And that's something I feel like some of these fights have really been lacking, is this kind of desperate feel, like this kind of, like one character is just completely fucked over. I really like this fight. It was one of the better fights in Super. I would definitely say it's probably like in the top 3 fights, maybe top 4 fights of Dragon Ball Super so far. Even though it was just this quick little tussle, it was a very well orchestrated, quick little tussle between these two characters. Also, present Trunks finding future Trunks. I love that whole concept. I like just the idea, like, he was the one that found him, and then just Trunks' shock and confusion, and pretty much every Trunks scene in this episode, like Kid Trunks scene, I love, where he's just in this constant state of, like I said, like, what the fuck is going on, and why won't anybody tell me? Like, it was great. The Pilaf gang are sitting there bouncing off all these tears, like, oh man, maybe he's like the illegitimate child, like maybe you have a brother, and he's just like freaking the fuck out, he's losing his shit. It's like, oh my god, he does look like me. And it's like, what do you mean his name is Trunks? And he even has that line where Bulma's like, go power up so Goku can sense you, and he's just like, okay, but who is that guy? Go now. Okay. Just like, it was great. I loved it. Just every little Trunks scene, a Kid Trunks scene in this, I absolutely loved. But the scene I love the absolute most, by far, is when Trunks wakes up, future Trunks wakes up, and the first thing he sees is Goku, and just, like, it triggers him, and he loses his shit, and he just steps out of bed fiercely and just swings at him, just poof, and Goku catches his fist and the shockwave from it, and it's just really intense, raw, emotional moment. Something that Super really doesn't have a whole lot of, and it was so well orchestrated. It was such... I can't wait to see the next episode where they try to talk his ass down. Because, from Trunks' perspective, Goku is dead. So for him to see a Goku, it immediately triggers him as Black, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes, how that whole scene is going to play out next episode. And yeah, like there's so many positives. Like, the only real negative I have against this episode is the integration of the Pilaf gang, because they make it sound like, oh, like, yeah, they've known Trunks, and like they're apparently staying with Trunks at Capsule Corp, I guess. Like, that's a thing, and Trunks and Mai kind of have this close relationship now, and like it was something like, because they took out the Mai Trunks ship in the Battle of Gods arc. Like, the whole Beerus arc just doesn't have that ship in there that was in the movie, but now, like, they're just pretending, like, I guess that it was there the whole time, and that's really weird to me. So, and this really falls more on Super and them not planning the series right, because I really feel like probably what happened is Toriyama's manuscript didn't include it when he was writing out the Beerus arc for, like, an arc. Like, he just didn't write in the ship, and I guess it's just, because it was just really common sense, like, yeah, why the hell would you take that out? And then they took it out, and now he's reintegrating it into the series, and now they're kind of shoehorning it back in. So as far as I'm concerned, fuck it. Fuck the first 2 arcs of the series. Like, as far as I'm concerned, the first 2 arcs of Super are not canon to Super. The 2 movies are canon to Super, and it all starts with the Champa arc. Like the first 2 arcs of this series are these bizarre, weird spin-off stories, which are absolute fucking garbage. Like I said, like, the one issue I have with this entire episode really isn't even, like, it's not even this episode's fault. It's really the series not properly setting this up beforehand, and Toriyama obviously writing a story with, well, yeah, I developed this ship. This obviously would have carried over, and Toei just going, shit, make it work. Other than that, like, if you long as you just ignore that, I love this episode. I'm sure there's probably going to be people complaining that maybe it was too drawn out, maybe maybe you could have done more. Fuck that. Like, this series had this horrible breakneck pace ever since, like, I was at, like, the Frieza fight. Like, ever since that started, or really even, like, the Tagoma fight. Like, it's just been event, just constantly just shoving the story forward as fast as they can. And it's really nice to just see a even-paced episode just have its breathing room, give itself its time to just have its scenes, have them play out. Yes, could you have done all of this episode in like 5, maybe 10 minutes? Yeah, I guess, but fuck it, man. Like there's not a single part of this episode I didn't really like. Like, I pretty much enjoyed the entire thing the whole way through, and I'm really looking forward to this arc. Like, this arc, like, it's doing something that Super hasn't been doing, which is it's building up kind of intrigue and mystery, and it's raising these questions that I don't have the answers to, and I have no clue how this is going to play out. So, like, I'm actually invested for the first time in this series. It took 48 fucking episodes, but I can say I am genuinely invested in this show, or at very least in this arc, and I want to see where it goes. Could it end up being utter shit? Well, certainly. This whole thing could end up developing into some stupid contrived horseshit that ends up ruining this entire story, and all the big reveals end up being stupid as shit. It could easily do that. But as of right now, it is setting up like the foundation for what could be a really strong arc in this series. And like, I'm excited. I am genuinely excited. I want to see where this is going to go. I'm hoping they don't fuck it up. There's a good chance they're going to fuck it up. But I'm going to remain optimistic and give this series the benefit of the doubt. It is laid down 2 really good, rock-solid episodes, back-to-back, really setting a strong foundation for a story arc going forward. Let's just make sure, let's hope that this momentum keeps going and that it doesn't just and fall apart. Like, I'm really just, like, everything about this that they have shown. Like, I want to know more about Black. I want to know who he is, what he is, where did he come from, who the hell is this Kaioshin-looking motherfucker in the intro? How does he play into all of this? What's up with Black's earring, and like, how is that going to connect to this weird Kaioshin-looking motherfucker? Like there's so many questions, and I'm looking forward to the answers. I can genuinely say that. Like, the big problem with the tournament arc was, well, it was a tournament. We already knew. Like, there was no intrigue or mystery. It's like, oh, well, we already knew all about Champa. Like the first episode, Champa shows up. Oh, well, he's Beer's brother. Oh, well, they're going to have a dick measuring contest and have a tournament. And it's going to be these 2 universes fighting. All right. There's nothing to be intrigued or mystified about. It's just a bunch of guys are going to have a tournament and fight. And then, the only thing to look forward to is how the tournament's going to end. So you're just kind of waiting for that to happen. Here, I'm looking forward to just all the different possibilities that this storyline could offer. And hopefully it delivers. Hopefully it will, just have this great finale. Hopefully it won't peter out at the end and just completely fumble the execution, or, just start getting sloppy and convoluted. Hopefully, it's just going to be awesome. And like I said, I'm stoked. I really want to see the next episode. I really want to see where this arc is going. I'm sure there are people who are still going to hate this arc. I don't know what you want to have please you. If these 2 arcs, or these 2 episodes of this arc, haven't won you over whatsoever, man, maybe you really do need to quit watching Super, because I don't know what would please you. And honestly, I would love to hear someone's perspective on that. Like to hear the person who just is still angry at Dragon Ball Super. And honestly, I would love to hear their opinions on friggin' Dragon Ball Z at this point, because Jesus Christ, if you're still hating Super at this point with these 2 episodes, man, you must fucking despise Z. Anyhow, so yeah, that's my thoughts. Sorry that got a little rambly at the end. Really looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are too. Until next time, guys, Zeon, out.